to get it out the mud, out the muscle. Trying to get it like the late Herman Russell. I'm yearning like Alonzo Hearn. I'm the new cue ball I'm earning. First rule you better understand. You dealing with a real black man.
Turn that down a little bit. Killer Mike, I be running. I listen to that album every day. Every day. I listen to that album every single day. Every day.
Some know him as Killer Mike. Some know him as Michael Render. All know him as the voice of the South. He murdered that album. That album is so damn good.
It is, man. He definitely. Dang, they tied
complete.
The it is
it's a complete body of work of adult rap music.
It's tough, man. It's tough. Between that, what other stuff am I listening to right now? Of course, I listen to the Splashcast 48 pack.
Last week, 36 pack out today, ladies and gentlemen. 36 pack. Last week was heavy rap. This week is a little bit more R&B.
Yeah, I saw you got that Georgia Smith on there.
Oh yeah, nope, didn't make it. Did not make the cut.
Oh, that's on the secret over here.
Yes, so, correct. When it came down to, I had to make an executive decision. There was a vibe. It was a vibe that was present from very early. Shout out to Usher, Summer Walker, 21 Savage, and of course Big Dog Mel.
Mel makes music. What's good, brother? Good to see you. Good to hear you. Good to hear you.
The show.
Yes, sir.
It was a vibe that was present, and Georgia was a little bit too poppy for what I had going. Just ain't make the cut. Maybe next year. Stay tuned.
With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, y'all know how it is when it comes to Monday Night Raw. We start out with the pregame, where we talk about stuff that really doesn't make it the cut. And we call it our splashes of the week, is what we try to call it for the pregame, where we talk about something that's either funny, uplifting, and a lot of violence. It's a whole lot of violence in this one. Not really anything uplifting.
Your ass whooped. You might want to go ahead and skip right on to HBCU. This is very real. What we gonna get to today. And keep your guard up.
Hey man, and there is actually. I'll say there is funny because it is. Some of this is funny. Some of the violence is funny. But there's,
yeah. People not me getting punched in the face. I'm gonna laugh and I'm enjoying myself. Willie Lump Lump and Willie Lump Lump Jr. and Willie Lump Lump Future, y'all all be safe.
Yeah,
how you feeling though, man? We had an interesting week. Welcome to Wednesday Night Raw. First of all, it's Wednesday.
Yeah. So the reason we didn't have Monday Night Raw is because I had to go on storm duty. Storm season is July to September, and I have been able to avoid, thanks to my wife having our first child, not having, I didn't have to go on storm duty for a while. But now they're like, hey, she's old enough, you're back. You are pretty much out of paternity leave, I guess is what it's called. Is it paternity leave?
I feel like Reeves is like 14 now. She can drive.
She is trying to walk. I can tell you that. She is trying to walk. So I had to go over to the east side to Decatur, bruh. And let's talk about that before we get into this pregame. Let's talk about the difference between the west side of Atlanta and the east side. At least on the west side, you know what you're going to get. You're going to get some junkies. That's all you're going to get. We got the Jays. We got, a little bit of gentrification. And we got the white Jays. We got the black Jays. We got the Spanish Jays. But we got Jays. The Jays is around.
Blue Jays, go Bravos.
We are around. On the east side, let me tell you what I saw on the east side while on storm duty.
East side.
There was no power. So there was a woman, a black woman, dressed as a cat in an all black suit with the cat nose and mouth with the cleft lip.
Is it Comic-Con?
No. And she had all black with the ears, the tail, which if you know about kink, you know where the tail was coming from, and we'll leave it at that. And she was just walking down.
I don't, man. No, I ain't. My hair ain't kinky at all. What you talking about?
It's plugged. But And then she had like she had like the the lights that go on the back of the TV to make the wall, the lights that go like the strip lights. She had that all like around her body, so she was glowing pink and walking down a pitch black street, which is safe.
Trying to be safe.
I told her it was good to be safe, but when she walked up on me, I was like, man, you almost got hit.
When you say she walked up on you, approximately how close did she get to you?
I mean, my truck, the streets are, 10 feet apart?
Where it starts with my truck.
She was over there. Yeah. I was like, and the brought down tree and stuff was like down the road. So I'm sitting in the road and I got my lights flashing forward and she walked up behind me. So as she walked up, she could touch the side mirror. And I was like, oh. And she was like, it's all right. I was like, no, because
it is.
You got on a cat outfit. And that's when I noticed what she had on as she walked in front of the truck and the lights were on. And I was like, hey, that is an interesting outfit with an interesting tail with the chaps on. And if you know anything about the chaps, most chaps that women wear and some men are of the less variety.
I don't even want to know what that means.
Assless. That's how I know. That's how I know the tail was the plug, though.
During the rain, what was
it? It had finished raining. There was no more rain. It was just no power. So she was strolling. She got done up and just started strolling around.
Oh, she hit the streets. The cat was out the bag.
maybe the stroll is the right thing to say. I don't know. We don't kink shame. But with that being said, we had an interesting Monday and Tuesday. So we're here on Wednesday. Doing it raw for y'all. Appreciate it. Let's get started with the pregame, man. Let's start out with ESPN and PENN Entertainment.
Let's start out with the BS.
Yeah. PENN Entertainment, for those that don't know, basically owns Barstool Sports. Well, signed Barstool Sports, owned Barstool Sports, whatever you want to say. What's up, Russ? ESPN and PENN Entertainment strike a $2 billion with a B. $billion sports betting deal. This collaboration will usher ESPN's most significant foray into sports gambling. They launched something called ESPN Bet that will be available in 16 states where PENN operates its mobile sports booking company. As part of the financial terms, PENN will remit $1.5 billion to ESPN over a decade. Remit means pay, right? I just want to make sure I understand.
Correct.
So they will pay $150 million a year for a decade. In addition to providing ESPN $31.8 million in options valued at over $500 million. So they basically get $2 billion. PENN stock with this acquisition. I don't even call it, I guess is it a merger? It's not an acquisition. It's more of a merger.
No, it's not a merger. It's just it's a joint venture.
Joint venture. I couldn't think of that. I couldn't think of that at all.
Technically being absorbed by each other. They're just going in and basically doing a deal together, which is interesting because this is on the heels of Dave Portnoy getting Barstool back and PENN, I guess, kind of being out. So I guess, see, that deal looks like a handshake deal because they knew they had the ESPN deal. But what company does and when I say what company, what African American or black person would get a handshake deal like that they gave Dave Portnoy?
I think there's some shady stuff under the table that, I mean, people be knowing stuff. When stuff like that happens, that means somebody knows something about somebody.
And to Disney, where are you at? Is Disney all the way out of ESPN yet? Because there's no way that Disney is in on sports.
Not yet. PENN's stock surged by 25%. Disney is set to announce its earnings soon. They have not gotten rid of ESPN yet, even though they fired everybody.
Disney being in sports betting is the trickiest shit I've heard in a very, very, very long time. Just there, that's Well, hey, there we go.
No,
right
you good.
But that just doesn't make enough sense to me.
Mm-hmm.
There is a trick going on here. I don't trust this. This is a stamp of no approval from me. Somebody's lying and somebody's shaming.
I think this is the first step of gambling becoming legal in all 50 states.
Everywhere?
Yeah.
I was about to say.
This is the first step in that happening. And
can y'all bet in Atlanta?
No.
I don't understand how Georgia and Texas are so behind. Two states that should flourish. I just can't understand it. Atlanta with every sporting event known to man, and Texas being that we just do whatever the hell we want to. I can't for the life of me understand how both of these are not.
The Bible Belt, bro. The Bible Belt. They pick
People
and
don't
choose.
even go to church no more.
They pick and choose what to say is a Bible thing. Yeah, man. They pick and choose what to source with the Bible. So that's what they, gambling and all that stuff. And finally on this, history is cyclical, right? It goes in a circle. I can just imagine the people rolling in their graves from the 1920s that was running them numbers. Like all of that's about to come back. Oh, he hit Acuna again. Acuna has, so side note, I'm watching the Braves game. Acuna has been hit every game of the Pittsburgh Pirates series. The first two games.
I don't like it, but I don't hate it. He's basically MVP. He is kicking ass. But yeah, I mean, the other thing is, doesn't do you any good to hit him. All you do is piss off everybody else.
And everybody can hit home runs.
Everybody on this damn team can hit. You might as well hit the whole team, boy, and that's gonna get you punched in the face.
Yeah, we'll get to that violence because not everybody in baseball can.
I didn't even mean to do that. I did not mean to do that.
Not everybody in baseball can throw them punches, and some can. But with that being said, man, the gambling is already taking off, but it's really about to take off now. It's really about to take off.
And that will be a running thing for this show, how many people are extremely hypocritical in the things that they say in their actions. Well, yeah, I can't for the life of me understand Disney and sports betting. Florida is in a tricky time period right now, boy. Y'all acting real weird down there.
Oh, we got some Florida talk too. Woo.
Exactly. It all ties together. And they fighting him. Ooh, yeah.
Yeah. So let's talk about it. We got to talk about this. We don't like to talk about losers and all that stuff, but
valiant effort.
No, it was not. The United States women's national team was eliminated in the round of 16. Didn't even make it to the knockout stage of the the World Cup, Women's World Cup.
Yeah,
this
Women's
year.
World Cup. First of all, this game was on at like 5 a.m. That's a tragedy. Second,
that's what happens with international sports.
You said what?
That's what happens with international sports, though.
I know. I still hate it. But yeah, the way that they lost was, I guess, what was tragic to me. A millimeter. Like, legitimately so close we have to go to the tape to see it.
So
swipe right, show them.
So yeah, that's I mean,
that's a tough way to lose for 4 years. That is not. I won't need counseling. That's how we lost.
No, that's how we got eliminated and lost. We lost when we didn't beat the teams that we were supposed to beat. We were out there getting upset. A lot of people are upset. A lot of people calling out Alex Morgan. Now she's kind of the face of soccer, and when you don't represent like you're supposed to, heads will roll.
You look like the boys.
Alex Morgan, she did score 5 goals, I want to say, in 2 World Cups ago, but she's only scored 2 since. And then there's they already got the coach to resign. Boy, you were fired. But they already got the coach to resign. So we have a young team, I will say, but it seems like I think Rapinoe is just retired too, right? So they are it's ushering in a new phase of the women's soccer team, but it kind of reminds me of the men's national team, where we were pretty much 6 years ago when we had all these new players, all these young players, the old dudes couldn't cut it, and we disappointed in the World Cup, and then they came back and they played pretty well. I feel like United States women's national team is doing the same thing.
I hate to tell you, ladies, but don't play like the boys.
And with the thing is, and I actually did I've been listening to a lot of podcasts, reading about this a little bit. With soccer, you have like under 17, under 16, under 19, 18 and under, 16 and under, 13 and under. They all been getting boat raced. They've been getting their ass kicked from professional to everybody else.
Hey, you better get it figured out quick, man.
Because
this is a team we count on. This is one of our this y'all can't end up like the boys. Just can't. We can't afford that. And I'm gonna keep making jokes until they're good. I think that's fair.
Staying in soccer, man. Davion Kimbrough is the youngest professional athlete in American team sports. If you remember, we've talked about baseball, how they've signed 2 16-year-olds. Well, United States Soccer League has said, hold my beer. And they signed a 13-year-old. And apparently he's really, really, really good. Sacramento Republic is the team. Sorry.
Another quick note here. He will be the first black kid to have McDonald's money. I do have a job. Yeah.
That was a good one.
Boy. A job at 13. Hey, I'm not feeling it today. Nope. I could not be once again. I could not be a professional athlete. Because
child labor laws only apply to everything but sports.
It's not that. It's that Hey, I got my own job around here. I really don't have to listen to y'all. I make enough money. I can move out. The Lord knew not to make this my struggle. Well, I'll be better less of you to put me on my neck.
Yeah, you be talking crazy. You can't even write a check.
No, my dad would have been like, "Oh, okay." There go the door, son. He would have let me out. My dad, all right. I ain't got to pay for nothing ever again. Congratulations, son.
What you say? Even swap ain't a swindle. Fine, keep your money. That means I ain't got to pay for nothing. Get your own insurance.
Let me help you move.
But yeah, man, honestly, without the jokes, shout out to Davion Kimbrough, man. He is the 13-year-old who is now a professional athlete. That's tough for him. That's tough.
And somehow you got to be, 18 to play in the NBA, but you can be 13 to play soccer?
Told you, child labor laws only apply to everything that's not sports.
And acting.
Yeah. I didn't even think about that. Man, I hope he don't turn out like y'all better take care of this kid. But oh well. Let's start out with some soccer violence. We got baseball violence, we got basketball violence, here's the soccer violence. Lauren James was sent off after snapping on Michelle Alozzi during a MLS soccer match. This is World Cup. I'm sorry, for no reason. And Michelle's like, yo, bro, what are you doing? Like, why? You gotta kick her off.
Priceless. That face is, my God, what are we doing here? I'm already on the ground and she is stepping on me. Also, you're an asshole for stepping on a human. What are you doing here?
You know what that face reminds me of? That face tells me that I have complained to you this whole match. There's nothing else that I can complain about. You see it. You see that. Now, if you don't kick off here, then I'm gonna have to take matters into my own hands. No. Because you be seeing that we see them other soccer leagues across the pond.
At this point, I'm getting put out because when I get up, I'm cussing everybody out.
Cussing?
Hey, and
I ain't cussing nothing. I'm going straight for your knee, back of it. You don't need to cuss nothing. You don't need to hear me coming. I'm an assassin.
I'm cussing everybody out.
I'll cuss you out as you clutch your knee. I'll cuss you out as you clutch your knee. I already told
you this person is a clown, and you literally have them stepping on me with cleats on. And that'll be the last time you put your feet on anybody playing with me. I promise.
That knee would be. I'm telling you that you kick somebody in the back of their knee.
And then after I get suspended, I'm gonna tell y'all, well, she stepped on me and they didn't do anything. So yeah, I put my paws on. That's it.
Yeah. Knock their ass out, man. That's what you got to do.
That right hand from hell.
Nah, you soccer player.
Upside
kick
your
him in.
head.
Yeah, man. But that is wild.
For sure.
Let's get to some baseball real quick. Where you want to go first? Let's go with the Braves.
Spencer Strikeout.
Spencer Strider, he was runner-up for Rookie of the Year.
That is not his name. Spencer Strikeout, because the only thing that he does is strike humans out.
He was runner-up for Rookie of the Year last year behind his teammate, Mike Harris, who was Rookie of the Year. But he did have 200 strikeouts last year. Well, he is now the only fourth Braves pitcher in club history to have multiple 200K seasons. This is second season.
2 seasons, 400 strikeouts. God dang.
And counting.
That is cooking with gas. And this is a very elite group if you know anything about baseball, or if you don't. Charlie Morton, our ace. Spencer Strider, 2 seasons, 200 strikeouts twice. Phil Niekro did this 3 times. And, of course, your boy Smoltzy. 5 times. That's 5. Jesus, Smoltz was so good.
Smoltz was so good. He had like 3 Hall of Fame careers in one. He was a starter, won a Hall of Fame career. Then he like set the record for saves for the Braves, Hall of Fame career. Then he came back as a starter and made the All-Star team. And won a Gold Glove and all of that as a starter after having reconstructive surgery on his elbow. But yeah, Spencer Strider, man,
shout out to Strider.
He out here. I will say he's working on his. He is overpowering. He is very, very intense. He is a vegan. He takes his diet very seriously. He has his mustache. Has multiple trainers. So he's all in. He's working on his third pitch. He got roughed up against the Pirates the other day. I think the league has kind of figured out his fastball. But the thing that you don't get 200 strikeouts by staying the same. So he done added a slider.
Bats to say otherwise.
He done added a slider, and he's working on his changeup now. So if you give him 3 to 4 pitches with 100-mile-an-hour controlled fastball, he gonna catch Smoltzy in 5 years.
Look how strong he looks in this photo. Jesus.
Yeah, because he's shorter, but everybody says he's just a big muscle.
It's compact. Yeah.
He's just a big muscle. So shout out to Spencer Strider. On the other end of pitching, we talked about Max Scherzer. We talked about Max Scherzer being traded to the Texas Rangers from the Mets. Well, it came out that he said the Mets GM told me the team is looking to compete in like 2026. Now, Max Scherzer is like 34 years old, I think. 34, 33 years old. So,
you know what the time it is. I got to cut my rave off. Not today, brother. No, we're partying in the city. 2026 is a long, long, long way away, baby. We turning up and the light is red. We are in here raving. The Mets out of contention. They punting on 24. They punting on 25, and they see us in 26. Deuces.
Let me tell y'all.
I love it.
And I told y'all, they said Max Scherzer was traded and that he wasn't pitching well and that he was always hurt and he's on the IR. I was like, he is going to miraculously get better. He got traded to the Rangers on a Tuesday. He pitched on a Wednesday and pitched 7 innings, 1 earned run, and 7 strikeouts. Let me tell y'all, I told y'all that was gonna happen. Max Scherzer just didn't want to be in the Mets with the Mets. Are they in a rebuild? Are the Mets in a rebuild? With that
big problem, I hope they are and they not at the same time.
They in like a remodel. Is it a remodel? I guess it's more of a remodel.
I hope they wander in the forest for 40 years. I do not care. I hate that team.
How do you reset? Yeah, how do you reset when you try to buy baseball? You tried to buy baseball. You paid Pete Alonso, who's good, paid him all that money. You paid all them other dudes, all that money. You went and got Justin Verlander. Let me think about it. Let's talk about this. They went and got Justin Verlander from Houston, gave away the farm, and then traded him right back to Houston. He didn't even make it a year.
For baby Acuna.
Who's going to end up a Brave? And when he ends up a Brave, I can't wait to tell y'all like we told y'all so. It's going to end up a Brave.
On your grave, man. For sure I will. Yeah, I'm just here to celebrate Mets struggles. Yeah, punt to 2026. We'll see it in. Hopefully by then we have 2 chips.
Phillies do a no-hitter. Hopefully we will, man.
Around too.
Another young star. Yeah, they hitting their stride. Another young star. They call him the American League Acuna. Julio Rodriguez robbed Fernando Tatis in what is called the catch of the year so far, along with the deep fake of the year. If you're watching here, you can see Tatis hits the ball to straightaway center, poses, drops the bat.
Rushed.
Julio Rodriguez acts like he tried to catch the ball, walks back. Everybody's confused, and boom, he shows the ball and then throws up the X like told y'all. There's got to be a rule against
the SB is.
There was nobody on base, though, I don't think. Because if somebody was on base, you can't pull that off. But because there's nobody on base, that was a really, really good fake. And he's definitely going to win an ESPY for that next year.
It's just the ability to play it so calm when you know you got him. And you want to be like, I got it. But you got to be like, nah, maybe I do, maybe I don't. I in fact, do. Got him.
Yeah, man. So, and it's crazy that the Mariners were so hot starting out. Then they cooled off so badly. And then now nobody's talking about them, and they just keep winning. And while we here talking about the Mariners, let's talk about a team in their division. The Yankees suck. The Yankees are awful. The Yankees are bad.
Find me somebody who's sad about it, and I'll tell them that I don't care. Hey, Yankees and Mets struggle for eternity. I don't wish anything good to happen to either one of you until either one of your teams has been eliminated from existence. Mets, I don't like you for trying to channel and be the Yankees. Yankees, I hate you for your entire existence. Mets, I think you actually suck a little bit more because you tried to be somebody who you're not. Just be yourself. Be the bums that we know you to be, man.
Y'all expensive bums now. Y'all just paid $100 for a McDonald's quarter pounder. Think about it.
Or your $1,000 Steve Maddens, whatever you want to call yourself. Whatever it is. We don't care. We're dancing on your graves and we're thrilled about it.
You put regular gas in a BMW. That's what happens. You put regular gas in a BMW. Let's see. Y'all getting knocked out. Speaking of which, Tim Anderson may be having the worst season on and off the diamond in recent baseball history. Tim Anderson has 1 home run. 1. He got knocked out. Tim Anderson and Ramirez from the Cleveland, I'm sure everybody by this time has seen it. They got into a scuffle. Wouldn't even call it a scuffle. I would say Tim Anderson threw 6 punches for the White Sox. Missed all of them. Ramirez threw 1. And when he threw 1, and you know what's crazy about that? I'm going to pause that right there. Oh, man, come on. I'm going to pause that right there. The referee got out the way. The umpire got out the way. He was like, hold it. You know what? Do your thing. And they threw them punches, and he threw them punches.
Y'all got smoke. Let me get on out your way. This is not my battle. Now, I don't like this, and I've had to hold my tongue until we got here so I can say what I really think here. I think that Tim Anderson is the much better fighter. Substantially better fighter. But
why?
And this is really the universe telling you got, no pun intended here, you just need to sit down, buddy. You need to have a seat and take a load off and then bounce back at the right time. But at this very moment, things are not going your way. This Ramirez punch is the luckiest punch I've ever seen in my life. His head is down, his eyes are closed, and he just swung. Now, I don't hate to swing because there are 3 players around you. You just trying to get everybody kind of out of your general vicinity. But he caught him directly on the chin with a square punch that he did not mean to throw.
They call Jose Ramirez Jose Crawford. Shout out to Mark.
But I hate it because it wasn't like he was fighting and threw a good punch. This is a lucky punch. The universe is just on his side.
Sir, Tim Anderson threw all you. Why do you think Tim Anderson is a better fighter? He threw all them punches and he didn't connect with not one. You got a dude getting held back by 3 people. And then you are not being held back and you throwing multiple punches and you miss and he throw one and lay you out. And Tim Anderson got hit so hard, they had to carry him back to the dugout.
Leg.
He had the sea legs out there. He got
the west side walking out. And the thing was, it was a hard tag what started this. That's the other part. Ramirez just wanted smoke.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, I don't know. There's definitely some beef before. About 1, 2, 3.
And Anderson threw a good right. He just slipped it. I mean, Ramirez.
So why do you think he's a better? If you throw good punches and I can get out the way and still knock you out, I feel like Ramirez is the better puncher.
Nah, man, you could throw a good punch and somebody just slip it.
You can't throw 4. You can't throw 4.
He swung like this. Now he caught him with it.
They said Tim Anderson let King Von down. R.I.P. They are killing Tim Anderson for that, dog.
Teach a man how to squabble.
Teach a man how to squabble. And of course, Terry Francona had the best. Melee. Terry Francona had the best response. They said, "What do you think about Ramirez's left hook?" And he said, "Oh, you mean right hook?" And he said, "It's not funny, but you gotta laugh." He said, "It's not funny, but you gotta laugh," which is true. I mean, he said, "Boys will be boys." I laughed.
The internet laughed. This is another moment we as humanity and specifically as a people have shared some good internet laughs over the last week. This was a good one. It's people who don't even watch baseball who saw this.
Yeah. I mean,
this is probably the biggest baseball moment of the season. Why are you playing?
It is. We just said that.
Messed up? Shohei is playing out of his mind. Acuna is playing MVP baseball, and this is the biggest moment baseball's had all season.
Well, the thing about Shohei is, let's talk about Shohei. Well, first we're gonna go right here. Tim Anderson then said he got one off on me. We ain't tripping about it though. This shit bigger. We'll catch up with him later. No, you won't. You ain't gonna catch up with him later. I understand it,
but yeah, I think that you will. But hey,
and you got suspended 6 games. You right?
You better win. You better be on the outcome that looks good. The first one we're gonna let slide and say it was a lucky punch. If he drop you again, big dog, he just whooping your ass.
And they both in the American League.
The first time is lucky. The second time is a trend. The third time better be the
end. He got. And I understand you got it. He's trying to save face. And, Tim Anderson is he's not well liked in the league. So nobody's like coming to his defense.
His own team didn't really come to him.
So
that's another running theme in this.
Nobody comes to their defense. Now, you put this here so that I could somehow slay myself in saying things that I shouldn't say. So I'm not going to say much.
No, we're not doing that, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, thank you for coming to episode 115. This is the pregame, but y'all know this is the realest podcast in the world. We are very transparent. We talk about things that we believe in. We share our opinions here. Please remember, like, follow, subscribe, support your African-American creators and all of that. Yeah, we want to hear the people have tuned in. They're locked in right now. They want to know what you think about this in depth and detail.
Clarissa Shields and has called out Keith Thurman. Both are professional fighters. Clarissa Shields may be the greatest woman fighter to go down since Layla Ali.
She is affectionately known as the greatest woman of all time. As it pertains to boxing, she just punches people in the face and knocks them out.
She knocks them out. So but she called out Keith Thurman for whatever. I don't know. Do you know the backstory?
Reggie?
Do you know the backstory? I don't know why she called out Thurman. I don't know if Thurman said something.
It's you.
And she wants to fight Keith Thurman.
Him.
Pronoun him. Born him.
Nope.
Identifies as him.
Turn it up. We gon' turn this mother out.
So Keith Thurman has accepted the challenge. Now, to me, it's a lose-lose for Keith Thurman. Because if you go out there and lose to a woman, no matter if you are a professional boxer. It's not like she beating up on me. You are a professional. If you go out there and lose, you will never fight again. Nobody will fight you again. Or you'll just have to join the women's boxing league. If you win,
which I think that they will permit, because why not?
If you win, you just beat up a girl. You lose. This is a loss.
If you win, you competed against another professional athlete and you showed your dominance.
You say that. Everybody else will not. Also, this is not a title fight.
Equality.
How does this work?
We believe in fairness. We believe in gender equality. I think that they should split the purse.
If he beats, if he, okay, let's play both scenarios. If he loses, what happens?
Oh, if he loses, then I lose my money. That's what happens, because I'm betting on him.
If he wins,
because I'm betting the house.
He could really hurt her though. Now she is a smaller target, so it's gonna be harder to hit her.
Would not be hurt. She's a valiant fighter, and I think she understands. She has clearly taken the time to assess, and she chose the fighter.
Yeah,
and I think that.
Which is disrespectful. All in it. You chose me. Like you chose out of all the fighters, you chose me. Lord, you got that Stephen A. going, brother.
I think she thought she was picking Derek White.
She's been throwing shots at him for no reason. Now
throw punches at him for no reason too.
And they fighting at 154. So I mean, they about the same size.
Now this is the thing. No, ma'am.
Go ahead. No, brother. You can't say that. Turn it up, Norwood. Turn it up.
You gonna knock her socks off. Nah, See, I'm safe in this because I'm doing a little bit of everything. I'm supporting women. I think that they should have the opportunity to compete. I think that pay equality, they should split this down the middle. And I think that he should knock her socks off.
He probably will knock her socks off.
Don't treat her like we are here in support of feminism. We want equality. So yeah, you should punch her like you would punch anybody else.
Bruh, but what if he does like serious damage?
That's what she signed up for.
Yeah.
That's the same thing as when you go out there and play football. What happens if this man gets me serious damage? Well,
told y'all we had 2 girls play football in high school. By the end of the season, they was in the band. That was shout out to Alexis. Alexis played JV. She was good, man. She was fast. But
he said, "Oh, we had 2 girls," and then by the end of the season, they was in the band.
Alexis played. She was tough. Alexis. And the other girl started with an L. I can't remember her name. She played offensive line, which was interesting. But Alexis played wide receiver, and everybody wasn't as understanding. Yeah. And she came across the middle, and that DB put that thing on her. And Jarrell hit her with an elbow to the chin. And her chin strap came off and her lip was bleeding. And she came back. She didn't cry. She got right back in the line and ran another route. I said, you a G. I'd have quit. The way he hit you, he hit her hard, dog. Alexis is a G, dog. She a G for that.
You took that better than some of these boys.
She got laid.
Yeah, but
you can't.
Nah,
hey,
you can't treat them any differently. That's not fair. That's not right.
No,
if we on the field, hey, lace them boots up. But yeah, I mean, would
At
I
least
risk? I wouldn't get in there and fight Nate Thurman. But if she feels confident enough to do it,
I wouldn't
don't
fight
deny
her.
her the
I'm a regular person. I'm not fighting no boxers.
do not deny her the opportunity to push herself. But boy, if you lose Nate, I'm gonna find you and put hands on you because you're gonna mess up my money. But I am betting on you, Nate Thurman.
Speaking of people that
early.
Speaking of people that know how to throw punches, Big Liz Cambage, Miss Liz Cambage, says she's in talks to leave the Australian team.
Wait.
To represent Nigeria in the Olympics.
Hold on, don't do no slide, don't do nothing. Now, Reggie told y'all the facts. It says here Liz is in talks to leave the Australian Opals to play for the Nigeria. I think they go by the Eagles or whatnot. So I knew this was BS immediately. I looked at this and said, excuse me, ain't that the same team you fought last time that you played international ball? It was that team. It said that you said racial epithets. And if you've been listening to the Splashcast since its beginning, at one point I had a deep affection. I'm gonna leave it there for Liz Cambage. Over time, I've unfollowed her, and we've just gone in a different direction. So I saw this. I put it in the group immediately, and I said, "Oh, this is tricky. Please swap right."
Why is it tricky? I knew from the get-go. I was like, they must gonna have a whole new team. There ain't no way they're gonna have the same people on that team. Because Liz Cambage, they talk about the altercation.
Wait. Pause this first. No, go back. Because they said she was dressed like a pilgrim.
She's a big person, though. She's like, what, 6'8"?
They said that don't have nothing to do with that pilgrim shirt. You could be a little person with them. All you need is the shoes with the buckles. Yeah, they said there was no reason for her to dress up like a pilgrim to lie like this.
So she says that we don't know sound. So she says that she is in talks to go back. She said she called Nigeria a third world country. She said other racial slurs. Mind you, Liz Cambage isn't she German and Nigerian?
Mixed. All I know is she's of mixed race descent.
For her to be able to go back right now and play, she doesn't live there. You have to live there for a certain time, or you have to have a heritage there. So I believe she's German and Nigerian, if I'm not mistaken. She said it's a third world country.
Taylor Rooks said they said you called them monkeys.
Yeah, she called them monkeys. She said all of these racial slurs, and then she says, a lot of girls don't like me. I don't really lean towards racially backed insults. That's not how I go. She denies everything. She's very pro-black, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And Taylor Rooks is like, well, tell me the truth. Why would they say it? And she's like, the truth looks a lot worse for the other organizations than it does for me. And then she says, I'm the scapegoat, but I'm actually in talks to go play with the Nigerian team. And the first thing I told you was I would like to hear what the Nigerian national team says. What were you about to
say? And this is on the heels of her basically getting tossed out of Australian basketball. And so the Australian team does not like her. She is not accepted back. That has severed, and basically, they're
and the WNBA. Like, you got to realize it's the WNBA too that she has been pretty much kicked out of.
Well, she wasn't really kicked out. She more quit. Remember, she was with the Sparks. She demanded to be out of there. She went to the Aces, and then once she got to the Aces, she was like, I'm stepping away from basketball. So she wasn't really fired. She quit now. But it to me, what I really like, because I've been a fan of hers for a long time. I believe if a person everywhere you go, there's a problem, then it's you. And I'm a fan, but I'm also not unrealistic. And everywhere she goes, there's a big problem. It's not a small problem.
It's not even like it's team. She is a team killer. Seems like she's the team killer.
Yes, it's not like Skylar Diggins' problems where it's a clear problem, but it's quiet. Nah, Liz Cambage problems are big, loud, and a problem for everybody.
She's big, loud, and a problem for everybody. I mean, that's pretty much how it goes.
And if you're a problem everywhere, if there's a problem and you're involved everywhere, then it's you. So I knew she was never going to the Nigerian team, but if you swipe right, we can actually see the responses here.
First, we gonna see the footage that came out. Did y'all see that? That Nigerian player went and rocked her.
Wait. That's not Draymond and Jordan Poole?
Nah. So here's Liz Cambage, and she got mad trying to post, and they talking big trash to each other. They talking big.
Two elbows. That's 3 elbows.
And then you about to see a rip. Pow! There's the real elbow. And that's when old girl ran over there and hit her. And like, because this was a closed scrimmage. This wasn't even like, this was just playing basketball.
No, it wasn't. Not the way she rock'em sock'em roboted her upside the head.
I don't have the responses. You didn't put them up there, but they basically said the Nigerian team said, yeah, that's a lie. You were in cahoots with the former coach, and he's gone, so we don't want you. We not recruiting you. And another one said, the one that hit her said, you definitely says racial slurs, and we're definitely not recruiting you. So the entire Nigerian basketball team said
no.
We said no. This is a lie. Get the buck on. So I don't know where Liz Cambage goes from here. Maybe she goes to Germany. They'll take her in Germany.
Man, I stopped worrying about where Liz Cambage is going to play basketball about 3 or 4 years ago. At this point, do whatever you want to. I don't care.
I stopped worrying about it here. Once this came out about the motherland and all of that stuff is when I was like, all right,
Reggie said, cut you off at the blacks. And this is where we depart, right here.
Yeah, once they said she called them monkeys and slapped them and did all of that, I was like, Y'all remember she was a album art of like episode 18 or something like that.
Yep. How does this tape keep getting out? And it's funny that this tape comes out right now. That this is from years ago.
That means somebody sat on it. Somebody sat on the tape for a while. Somebody sat on the tape for a while. It makes you think like, oh, this is scripted. Like you sat on. Why would you not release that earlier? Or somebody got paid.
TMZ finally
somebody
paid that money.
That's what it was. Somebody finally got paid.
But we had that. You could buy from the Splash Cast if we had it.
Probably for a lot cheaper. Cause we could sit that right on.
Get us straight.
But ladies and gentlemen, we've come to the end of the pregame episode 115 of the Splash Cast. Monday Night Raw, doing it on a Wednesday. We're gonna take a quick break. I'll be back with beverages because tomorrow is Thursday, and I worked 34, 36, 38 hours in the last 2 days. So with that being said, y'all stay tuned. Give us about a couple minutes. We'll be back with episode 115 of the Splash Cast, the Around the League edition. Remember, like, follow, subscribe. Know we got anything?
We are coming back with booze. And yeah, let's fellowship. Let's kick it. We'll be right back.
We'll be right back.
Don't punch anybody.
Or do. Just connect.
Tape it. Send it to us.
We'll be right back. Y'all stay tuned.